This is my story. I am the daughter of two incredible people, Surendra Sharma, Chaman Devi. We were a family of 6, 2 brothers, 2 sisters. I had a very tough childhood with a series of traumatic experiences. My father drank a lot. In fact, he was a chronic alcoholic. He was an auto rickshaw driver. Because of his addiction, he used to have mood swings and go to work only when he felt like going. Our family and our needs were never his priority. So, because of his excessive drinking, my mother had to work. She had to come out of her comfort zone and start working so that she could feed her children, my brothers, sister, and me. Due to my father's alcoholism, they would fight a lot. Many a time this would turn violent, and all this happened in front of us. One day, I and my brother decided to step in, and soon after, both of us had to drop out of school. I was only 15, my brother was 17. Since then, I have been working various jobs, and finding a study job at 50, it was illegal, and because of child labor laws. So opportunities in my government school were limited. So I started as a telecaller and then try my hands into stock market. Each job taught me something new and fueled my curiosity to learn. Where I used to earn good money, and then eventually I found my calling into real estate, where I work over 14 years, and this changed my life completely. Honestly, I owe a lot to those years. Then tragedy struck when my sister, who had an intercaste marriage, was murdered. 6 months into her marriage, her husband wanting a divorce because of another relationship and killed her when she refused. She was 3 months pregnant at the time. He tried to stage her death as a kidnapping, and later it was revealed that he was the culprit. Up until then, he was with us, pretending to search for her, visiting hospitals, talking to the police, visiting railway stations with us. I fought for my sister and ensured her murderer faced justice. After much struggle, he was sentenced to life imprisonment. Then, after my sister's murder, I also got married under my family pressure. My relatives questioned my prospect due to my lack of education and my unstable job. On top of that, whatever recent past my sister had, who will marry me now? And then eventually my uncle found a match for me, a handicapped man. Few fingers, scars from burn on his skin. I married to the boy hoping his handicap means he'll be kinder. I didn't want to endure what my sister and mother did, but my marriage turned out the same. In a month, they start demanding money, then a car. It never stopped. My first car, a wine red one, becomes dowry. Abused and start increasing so much that one day they beat me. I fainted at bleeding. My neighbor called my mother saying, if you want to save your daughter, please take her home immediately. I remember my family coming to take me back in the middle of night at 1 a.m. And that moment made me realize one thing, what I'm doing to myself. I fought for my sister, I fought for my mother, and now I had to fight for myself. So I decided to end the marriage filed a case against him, and quickly applied for a divorce. And I became a free woman once again. I started working. Now, I started working, and then after that, I fulfilled my childhood dream to buy a piece of land for my family to build our own home. For me, home means one room, one kitchen, one bathroom. But now I constructed a whole building on the land for my family. And then suddenly, everything went wrong. In the blink of an eye, my dream home got demolished. I cried and questioned why this happened. But I reassured myself saying, Anchal, you are still alive and that's what matters. So be grateful for that. You can rebuild anything and everything again. House got demolished, sealed, so we had to move on rental apartment. After some time with someone's assistance, we are able to return home. But in the exchange, we have to sell 3 of our apartments to that person. Once things started to settle down, we fixed my brother's wedding. But just 22 days before my brother's wedding, I was diagnosed with advanced stage breast cancer. This was too much to handle for me. Especially since we were celebrating my birthday and preparing for my brother's wedding. The biggest challenge for me was, how do I break this news to my family? We had waited so long for these happy moments. So I thought this wasn't the right time to burden everyone with my diagnosis. I kept it to myself, continue with my daily scans like PET scan, biopsy, and other tests. And in the evening, return home, participated in the family celebration without letting anyone know that what I was going through. Believe me, it's not easy to handle such a situation. I convinced myself that acceptance is the biggest medicine. So I embraced my pain, I embraced my situation. And surprisingly, things started feeling a bit better for me. After my brother's wedding, I went to the hospital where my doctors informed me, Anchal, we have to start your chemotherapy as early as possible. I share my concern with my doctor, needing a treatment plan that wouldn't keep me confined at home due to my financial lack. And then also asked my doctor to give me an alternative plan for traditional chemotherapy, so that option like chemo pot, so that would allow me to work and wouldn't keep me at home during the treatment. That day I had my first surgery where they implanted chemo pot under my collarbone hair somewhere. And I remember there's a pipe going on from my neck, and this size of big machine was installed here under my collarbone. Kept it for 5 to 6 hours under observation, returned home. When my family saw me first, they were shocked. I remember sharing my diagnosis news with them. I couldn't shake the feeling as they saw the end of my journey. And then I urged them to understand my diagnosis wasn't the end of my journey, but barely a chapter in my story. One, I was determined to overcome, and my family support means everything to me as I underwent my cancer treatment. Facing cancer head on, I treat it like any other disease. I didn't let it control me. Though cancer tried to bring darkness into my life, but I choose to be a light, bringing warmth, positivity wherever I went. In the hospital, I didn't just see the cancer patient, but the brave warriors fighting with courage. I found my purpose to embrace and uplift them as well as myself. So I dress up like a doll, wearing my best makeup, wearing my best outfit, going for a cancer treatment so that I face cancer just like any other disease or challenge. With determination, resilience, and hope. In that journey, I found the strength of spreading joy and optimism even in tough times. During this time, a moment occurred when something special happened and changed my life completely. About a week after my diagnosis, I was returning home from meeting my friends. My car stopped at one red light where a bunch of children approached me asking for money, but I refused to give them money. Instead, I offered them food to buy. Then, we supposed to pack just one packet and we end up packing 5. In that moment, something special happened that made me forget about my cancer. My brief interaction with those children gave me a new purpose of my life. And soon after, Meals of Happiness born. We started with just 5 meals and then 10, and it kept growing. Today we serve over 80 lakh meals. Alongside, I started a startup called Can Heal Online to assist cancer patients with their specific needs. I believe they just don't need empathy, but a great support system with practical approach. So we offer them stylish clothes, chemo clothes, radiation clothes, a quality skincare, and lots of other products. Our aim to not just give them hope, but make their journey little more comfortable. So result is in front of you, Meals of Happiness and Can Heal. Under Meals of Happiness, we distributed over 80 lakh meals so far. And it's keep growing and helping more and more people. In Can Heal, we have been educated more than 50,000 females pan-India on cancer awareness. This transformed me into a woman. Today I am. And I still believe I have miles and miles to go before I sleep. Thank you, everyone.